Welcome to the Ordinary Marathoner Podcast.
Good morning and welcome to the Ordinary Daily version of the Ordinary Marathoner Podcast. My name is Scott. I'll be your host today. It is Monday. It is the day after St. Paddy's Day. And this is our first morning video. And as you can tell, if you're watching the video, I've got all my makeup on and ready to go. So we finished our first video yesterday. I did an interview with Sam, and a couple things from it. Number one, I posted it late last night. I think it probably got posted around. It was after my day yesterday was ridiculous, but it was posted after maybe, 11:15 or so. And I was kind of watching to see if anyone was watching the video, and it didn't get many clicks at night. And I'm like, and I realized it was St. Paddy's Day. You guys are all probably passed out. At least you should be. I wasn't. It's not. It's like I think so. Tomorrow's my birthday, and we did a lot of celebrating leading up to it. I guess not a lot of celebrating, but we've had some occasions over the last few days, and so yesterday was long run day for me, and I hadn't even really processed that it was St. Paddy's Day, which is kind of weird for me. Normally I'm on top of that kind of stuff, but I hadn't even processed that it was going to be St. Paddy's Day, and I just it's one of those days where 10 years ago I would have been like, I would have scrapped the whole day and just try to do something fun, make something fun. And yesterday was like, I woke up and me and Sam were like, let's do the video. So we did the video, and that was really fun. That was super cool, and she was great. She was great. I tell you, I've tried to do a show with her before, like an interview with her before, and she's kind of clammed up or kind of really gotten off topic. And I mean, she's 9. So, you can kind of understand that, it's not going to be like a normal interview, but, she was great. I thought she was great. So yeah, I mean, she's my motivation for this thing. It's really cool that she's part of it. And I really enjoyed that part. So Stephanie had an appointment yesterday in the afternoon, and, so I had Sam and the baby. And then, her friend called her and said, let's go out at 3. So they went out at 3 o'clock, from 3 to like 6 or so. And I had the baby. So I just had to keep putting you need a long window of time to get that long run in. And I kept putting it off just because, I mean, I'm not going to start a long run with a baby and a bassinet down in the gym. It's just not going to happen because she's not going to sit there the whole time, I wound up putting it off until really late last night, and I didn't get as much done as I thought. I think I did about 10 miles, and really, it's kind of been a theme for the last few workouts for me, cutting it short. And some of it's been time-based, some of it's been, like last night. I mean, I'm not going to kill myself over cutting a workout short when I started it at, 9 o'clock or whatever it was. And it was a long run, so it wasn't, and I got most of it done. I didn't do what I wanted to do. And it's been a little bit of a theme, kind of like late last week. And I don't know if it's something I got to just watch out for. Because I am getting some good hours in. I mean, I have the stats here. From last week, and they're a little bit low. I mean, I had planned about 23 miles, 24 miles, something like that, and I did 17.4. I did 5 bike rides for looks like about 6 hours. No, it's more than that. 8 hours. So I spent 8 hours on the bike. I did the equivalent of 124 miles according to Zwift. And I did 2 swims, a total of a little over an hour, which is not really enough. And I know that. And I know, I was Friday, I did my bike ride in the morning and I didn't finish it. I was supposed to do a little over 3 hours. I think it was close to 2 done. maybe it was like an hour and 45 minutes, and I'm just having trouble staying on the trainer that long. Yeah, it's been an issue. And then I wanted to get a swim in. So I went down to the pool and I just had a very small window of time, but I just said, all right, at least it's something. Got to go down and get something done. And I think I did I do these kind of like sets of 20 laps, which is 300 yards, which, it's 600 yards, which isn't enough. And I knew it wasn't enough, but it was something. It was 22 minutes. It takes me like a little bit shy of 11 minutes to finish each set. And then I came home and I watched this guy, Lionel Sanders, he's an Ironman competitor. He has a video channel and he's like, oh, I'll go down to the pool. I'll do a warm up, a 1,600 yard warm up. So this guy's warm up was more than what I did for the entire workout. So, again, it's something. It's when you're pressed for time and you just want to get something in. It's better than zero. But I don't need this to become a theme in the weeks going forward. So all told, last week, it looks like a little over. Yeah, geez, that's not good. Let me see here. It looks like, 12. Is that right? 12 hours, a little over 12 hours of training. Oh, that doesn't include my strength training segments, which I did 2 of. But yeah, it looks like 12 hours and 15 minutes of training. I burned 7,819 calories, which sounds like a lot, over 1,000 a day. But compared to recent weeks, isn't really that great. I mean, the week before I did 9,950, the week before 9,238, and then the week before 10,246. So I mean, yeah, it was just kind of I hit all the marks in terms of getting something done when I wanted to get something done. I just didn't hit the full amount of time or the full distance or whatever I had in mind of doing. I didn't hit the full amount. So, just something to keep an eye on for me again, along with the weight. And, I got this little sign here. I don't even know. So I'm working on the video. I'm trying to make sure everything is right. And it looks like the font here is a little bit small. It doesn't look small to me when I'm looking at it, but when I'm looking on the video, I don't know if I could tell. So 132 days left to Lake Placid. This morning, 221.8, which was 2 pounds less than yesterday. I told you yesterday was kind of like a bit of an anomaly. So I'm happy with the 221.8. Going to keep an eye on this going forward because I don't need that to go higher. I'm really looking to get to that 205 mark. So hopefully that'll happen. I'm not going to talk about the sign every day either. Just in the beginning, I'm trying to get everything right. I don't know if you could tell, but I brought the camera angle down. I thought the camera angle was a little high and you're just getting the top of my head, which really nobody needs to see my receding hairline, right? Nobody needs to see that. I don't even need to see that. So I'm probably going to even bring it down a little bit further from there. Just things I'm working on. These things I think, I talk about this all the time. I jump into these things with 2 feet. It's like I get an idea. I want to do a video. I do it. I just go and do it. We bought this equipment a while ago and I'm sitting here looking at it. It's frustrating me that I'm just staring at it and doing nothing. So I'm going to make videos. And some of them are going to stink. They're going to be terrible. But even when I was editing yesterday, I'm like, man, there was opportunities for me to kind of, stick some other things in there, maybe some photographs, maybe some other things. But I didn't do it. So, it's a learning process, and things will get better. I'm excited about this though. I'm excited about having the video. I think it's kind of cool. I don't know. I'm sure Sam's going to show all her friends her little interview. She did great. I'm so proud of her. She did great. Anyway, so I'm sitting here and I'm looking forward to the calendar, and I went through I got to go through it again today because what I do every morning is every week is I look at my schedule and I try to map out my workouts, and I've kind of loosely done it. And the way I do it is I prioritize everything, and and this is all part of my routine. So, I talk about fighting for your routine, and I think it's all part of it. It's all preparing and knowing how to prepare. And then when you're not preparing or you're not performing to your best, or you think you're coming up short, to make adjustments and make sure you find time, or adjust the workouts to make sure you do what you want to do and make sure that you're on track. So for me, right now I'm a little concerned about not finishing workouts. So we're really going to put focus on that this weekend, making sure I get done and don't cut things short. Looking at the schedule, I got an hour and 45-minute ride today that I'm going to turn into a brick. So I'm going to do probably just, let's call it a mile run, with the potential to expand that to 2 miles if I feel okay. It's I don't know. I think I just owe myself an extra couple miles from yesterday for not finishing, and I'm going to do that. And I'm also going to try to do a lifting session today, which may be tonight. Stephanie's going to New York today for work, but she is coming home tonight, so I might be able to sneak that in. If not, I might be able to get it in this afternoon if I can get the bike done this morning, or the brick done this morning. That is a plan for today. And then I got to sit down here with my schedule, because part of my issue is I write things down on the schedule, but I don't contemplate what I'm going to be doing besides that on that day. So, we went out to dinner Saturday night, so I didn't really necessarily, I just kind of threw my Saturday into the schedule without thinking, hey, you got to make time because, you're going to be pressed for time Saturday. I was pressed for time Friday. I didn't even really expect it. And it's the kind of thing that happens when you're a parent, and one parent has to change your schedule, and then it affects you because you have to watch the kids or you have to do whatever. And I have a lot of support here, and it's great. And I think we do a great job, teamwork wise, watching the baby and all that stuff. Stephanie knows that this is important to me. So even yesterday when she went out for St. Patty's Day, she's like, oh, what time you're going to do your long run? I'm like, well, I was going to do it soon. And she's like, well, I got this invitation. So I let her, I encouraged her to go out. And she's like, well, your long run is more important than me going out for a couple beers with my friends. And, well, she's right. But, but I wasn't going to say, no, don't go out, So, but that's just kind of thing. It's teamwork. So she knows that it's important to me. So she kind of cut her day short. She was out. She could have been out all night. She didn't do that. I picked her up at 6:00, and then I wound up doing my long run a little bit. I made some dinner, did the long run, which turned out to be late. But it's give and take. It's all teamwork. So, but that's the kind of thing that just sort of, when you make a schedule, you try your best to fit things in where they fall. I woke up yesterday morning having absolutely no idea when I was going to run, and just knowing that I had a bunch of different windows to get it done, and unfortunately, it wound up being the very last window of the day, and I wound up cutting the run short. So it's just the way it is. Yeah, I mean, it looks like I got a pretty decent week here. Really, the workout, the heavy lifting is going to be done on Friday. I have a 3-hour and 45-minute bike. I do have a new saddle that I'm putting on my bike soon. I should be doing it. I'll probably do it today. I am not a bike mechanic, and my concern is that I spent a lot of money getting my bike fit professionally, and that when I take the saddle off and put the new saddle on, there's going to be a slight difference that's going to throw me off. But at this point, I think it's more important to me to worry about the comfort, the saddle comfort, than it is about messing with the bike fit by 1/4 of an inch or whatever it might be, if this saddle is slightly thicker than the one that I had before. And, the professional fit didn't fix everything, and it definitely didn't fix, the saddle sore pain. So, that's something I'm going to wind up just adjusting on my own, because I can't be schlepping the bike back and forth to the shop until everything feels perfect. It's just a pain in the butt. So, but I got a schedule. That's another thing I got to do. I have so much to do. I have to bring the bike into the shop for kind of like a tune-up. I do it every year. Look, I don't want my handlebars to fall off if I ride it outside. I want to make sure that there's still tread on the back tire, because I've been riding that thing on the trainer. And yeah, people say you should get a trainer tire, and maybe I should. But I've actually had that tire for a long time. And I thought I was due for a new one last last Ironman, but they said it was fine, and then I wound up not doing the full bike ride. So anyway, yeah, I've put in a couple thousand miles on that tire on the trainer, so it's probably due to get a new one. And the last thing I need is to be like 30 miles out away from my car and get a flat tire, because I'm horrible at changing tires. Just terrible. Just absolutely terrible. I don't know. What else is going on in the world this week? I don't know. I try to stay away from the headlines lately. They bother me. New Zealand. Oh my God. I don't know. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't know. It just brings me down. I try to stay away from the news. So, yeah, kind of an interesting day today. Stephanie going to New York. So, but we have someone coming in to watch Ellie, and I'll be able to get my ride in, which is now a brick, So we'll do that. I don't know, the video. Not bad. Listen, it's Monday, guys. So I know you probably had a tough night. I know. I'm a loser. I didn't go out. I ran last night. You guys are probably all hungover this morning, schlepping into work. I saw a lot of you guys did races over the weekend. God bless you. Good stuff, man. I want to say congrats to my friend Tim, who ran. He hasn't run in a while. He did a 10-mile race, and he paced like 8-minute pace, 8:02 or something. So I told him he should be qualifying for Boston next year. He says he doesn't want to run a marathon. I just wanted to plant that little nugget, because dude's fast. He could do it if he really wanted. What a great achievement that would be. I couldn't even come close. Anyway. But it's Monday. You guys are, maybe you're hungover. It's okay. Get that, head to work, get some stuff done. Power through it. Get a little sweat today. You got to bleed that alcohol out. You're going to stink, but it's good. It's what you got to do. You'll feel better about yourself for getting anything done. Just run a mile, 2 miles, whatever. Get some sweat going. You'll thank me for it later. Anyway, it's Monday. Have a good week, guys. Let's get on top of these things. My goal for this week: get these workouts done, and try to stay in it as long as you can, and finish the workouts you have planned instead of cutting them short. So that's the goal for the week. And always remember, every day is an ordinary day. It takes you to make it extraordinary. Have a good one, guys.
Remember to like our video and subscribe to our channel.